Hello, you guys. Last message for tonight. This one is going to be really, really tough, intense, and very, very strong. It's going to be about household enemy slash household wickedness, some of the tactics that they may use that some of us may not be aware of, how to counteract it, and basically how to beat it. So we're going to be using two scriptures. The first scripture we're going to be pulling from is Micah chapter 7, verse 6. It states a man's enemies will be those of his own household. And then Matthew chapter 10, verse 36, the King James Version, says a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Now, before I get into the topic, let me make myself clear. I know for a fact that there's not only men who go through this. I'm sure there's women who've battled household wickedness or household enemies. It may not be broadcasted on the news media or anything like that, but I'm 1,000% sure that this Bible verse would apply for the women too, because I'm sure women have household enemies or wickedness. Now, first of all, let's not be naive here. Joseph's brothers sold him into slavery. Keep this in mind. This weren't any enemies that Joseph, like I said, used to go to school with. And, he knew them from like middle school. No, these were his brothers that sold him into slavery. So if this happened to him back then, can you only imagine how worse it is today, what some of household enemies would do to some of us? And it always starts off as we may live with a family member or relative for about 5 to 7 years. Everything seems cool. Everything is going according to plan. And then let's just say around, year 8 or 9, something starts to change within these people. I'm not saying that this happens 24/7, but I know that this happens to some. And let me put this out there too. If we have relatives who call and tell us this, keep our fat mouths shut. We don't always need to go gossiping our relatives' business. For example, if you got a cousin named Dominique and he calls and tells you, cousin, my food has been poisoned. I've been voodooed. I have household enemies. They're plotting against me. What if this is the only option that this man has left is you, meaning he's calling to trust you to help him and maybe guide him through these tough times because everybody else has deemed him as mental. They deemed him as crazy, and they just think that this guy is making the story up. No, what if this is really happening? We can't always be so quick to dust and brush everything off on mental health. No, some of these things are legit, but they get disguised as mental health to try to get the coverage away from the evil people who are doing this, and that way it stays under disguise. But back to the topic. If you ever have relatives who tell you these things about household wickedness, let's not start running our mouths. Keep it to yourself. Pray for that brother or sister. Try to tell him about the scriptures. Be open to him or her when they call and show them that you care, because the last thing they need is another person ignoring them or just turning a blind eye. Now, household wickedness can happen about 3 ways, and I'm going to touch on real quick. One, like I told you, I think I told you guys earlier, is poisoning your food. Now, some of us have hot heads. Some of us have a very, very quick temper, meaning it takes just somebody to look at us wrong and we ready to fight. Knocking somebody upside the head. We just ready to throw blows at any second. And it's not about that. But if there were household enemies in your house, then you know what? I'm going to intentionally poison this man or this woman's food. I want them to intentionally see me because I know he has a hot head or she has a hot head. That way I can provoke a fight or get them to hit me. That way we can call the police and get him or her locked up. And once again, guys, this is never the answer. Violence isn't the answer. If you see somebody doing evil wickedness to your food, just don't eat it. And I know a lot of us are strapped for cash. If you can't afford to, go to a fancy restaurant or what have you, go to the store. You can get you some jasmine rice for about $1.07. If you ever catch people doing this to you, I wouldn't advise eating the food because it's just sick that this is what's going on. Some of our family members, guys, are our household people that we live with. They want to see us messed up, destroyed, and out of our mind. Now, They have what you will call witchcraft apps that are designed to torture you, and they're designed to make you feel excruciating pain. So this is why I always recommend people who go through this, don't call the police, because witchcraft and this new, well, it's not new, but this radiation that they have available at their fingertips, it is designed to make you go crazy. It is designed to make you go through pain. It is designed to hurt you. So this is what's going to happen. Let's say you call the police and someone comes out there and they says, sir, what are we here for? And you tell them, my uncle was doing witchcraft on me. If they don't see any scratches, any bruises, or any kind of whelps, they're going to think that you're lying. They're going to think that you're mental, and they're going to say, you know what? This man or woman needs to be locked up in the mental institution. So in fact, this is what the family members could do. They say, you know what? We're going to do witchcraft on this man for 4 or 5 times this week. We know for a fact that he can't handle it. And even though I hate saying that, but this is the way some think, guys, so I have to be blunt and be honest. They say, well, he can't handle this witchcraft, so we're going to make him go crazy. We're anticipating him calling the police. And we keep doing this. By the 4th time he calls the police, they're going to lock him up, put him in a mental institution, and say that this man is crazy. And to the police's perspective, they know what's going on. The police, listen, most of our cops or police officers are Freemasons. They're not as what you would call clean as they make you think to be. They know exactly what's going on. But this is how sick the world is, and I have to shine light on it. And basically, if you don't have any scratches, whelps, bruises, burn marks, anything like that, they are going to deem you crazy. And that's why I would advise not to call the police. Pray about it and ask Yah what you can do in order to combat this. Now, I have to put a couple more points in here, and I'm going to be real quick. Like I told you, there's this thing called electronic magnetic frequency, or AKA radiation. All a person needs is to basically be in the same house as you. So if they have a cell phone and they're near you, all they have to do is be about 5 feet. And guys, I'm not lying. If you think I'm lying, look up this information for yourselves on YouTube, BitChute.com, DuckDuckGo. These are all sites that you can find this information and see what I'm talking about. So if a person that's in this household is doing household wickedness or witchcraft towards you, and you're in, 5 feet away from them and you don't know, or maybe you're in your bedroom and they're like, outside your door, guys, they can blast this radiation up like a thermostat, like so-called when it's winter, you can keep touching up the thermostat and it gets higher and higher. Guys, when they keep blasting this radiation, it goes up higher and higher. You can tell something is attacking you. You can feel something very, very creepy and wicked happening to you, but you just can't tell where it's coming from. And the sick men that are in this household, or the sick women that are in this household that are doing this to you, they know exactly what they're doing. But then when you call, say, you know what? I'm starting to get a vibe, well, not vibe, because that's what the New Agers say. I'm starting to feel like you guys are doing something to me. Of course, they're going to deny. You're crazy. Nobody's doing nothing to you. You're making this up in your head. You need help. You need to be put on drugs. No, guys, this is the end times. Our family members, like I've told you before, most of them, let me just call it how it is, okay? They're sellouts. Nothing but sellouts. All they care about is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, their presidential news conferences every day, how Joe Biden is going to fix this country up since, in his mind, Trump jacked it up. And this is all that most of our people are obsessed with, is Biden and Kamala, which I have no issue with them. I just see through them, and I refuse to be a part of their plot, which I know what the end goal is for them. So like I said, guys, if you ever get hit with radiation, you can look these videos up, and it's very, very crucial to what you will call witchcraft, or what you call household wickedness, to where, like I said, all they need is a phone, and all they need to do is be near you 5 feet. They can hit you with this radiation so hard, and it'll make you want to lose your mind because it hurts. It's not funny, and it's not cute. And I know some of the household members who are involved with torturing some loved ones like this love getting off on this, which is sickening. Now I'm going to wrap this up real quick. I got one more point to touch up on. And like I said, I found this interview from French Montana a long time ago. And he basically stated that the music labels take out insurance policies on their artists. And a lot of these artists are dying at an alarming rate. Every time you look around, these guys are dying. But let me ask you guys this. You guys don't think that this is possible for our relatives to pull this off? You don't think that our relatives could forge our signature? And I know this may sound in left field or, sound strange to some, but guys, I have to keep harping on this. I'm pretty sure there is a way for our relatives or the people that we live with to forge our signatures, take out an insurance policy on us to wipe us off and to make it look like a mistake, and nobody would ever know because everybody would be under the impression that, wow, Sister Keisha died from an overdose, or wow, Brother David just, died in his sleep. No. Life insurance policies get taken out on people all the time. And if you don't believe me, look up on YouTube on some of the disgusting evidence of people getting killed for money. So once again, these are the end times, folks. Our relatives will sell us out in a heartbeat in order to get some extra money. And this is not a joking matter. Life insurance policies are being taken out on people without their consent. I mean, guys, this stuff is going left. And that's all I really got for you guys tonight. That was a quick message on household wickedness, some of the tactics that they may try to use. Pray. Don't try to get back at them. Don't try to, like I said, get even the score with them. No, if you catch them doing this, pray. Ask the Holy Spirit for knowledge. And in the scriptures, I forget, it does say that Yah gives us knowledge for those who ask. He's not going to withhold anything from us as long as it's not vanity or for self-pleasure. Yah will give this to you. So once again, this message is about household wickedness, some of the tactics that they use. These are the end times. Our families will sell us out. Radiation getting hit on us. And once again, for the people who aren't aware of this radiation, guys, this stuff, it's all witchcraft, and it's all designed to make you go crazy. And like I said, when the police come out to your apartment, they're not going to believe you because they don't see any scratches or any bruises. And in fact, the new slick code that they got for this is called no-touch torture, meaning they're not hitting you with a belt. They're not hitting you with their fists. They're not even stabbing you. They're hitting you with energy weapons and a whole bunch of other sick witchcraft apps that they have. That's designed to make you go crazy. And that way, when you call the police, no one believes you because you have no physical bruises or evidence. And they want you to either be locked up or the household enemies are looking to cash in on that doggone insurance policy. You guys take care. I hope you learned something from this message. Let's exercise. Let's drink our water. Let's read our Bible. These are the end times, and I want us to all be aware of household wickedness and some of the so-called sneaky slickness that they got going on. You guys take care.